bomb got dropped upon us all, and the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown, we'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. The leftover ashes in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. Oh, we know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from.
Hello everyone, this is the Nameless One, and today we will be continuing the Lost Memories Second Chances campaign. I have here with me today Cold, Fiction, Ice, and Nez. For those of you that are joining in on Twitch, we do these streams every Saturday. If you want to go back and see some of the older ones, check out my YouTube. Oh, excuse me.
There's two colds here. Which cold are you referring to?
I have allergies, thank you, so I am referring to Cold Silver.
Okay.
Anywho, before we get started, I want to remind everybody, if you enjoy this, would like to see more of it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all that good stuff. More about that, how you can support the channel at the end. I'm also going to say, for those of you that are watching from YouTube, if you have a Twitch account, I would very much appreciate if you help us get to the 1,000 subscribers mark. On
subscribers or followers? Because that's
followers.
Different.
I keep forgetting that it's different.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube is the weird one, actually. But yes.
Yes, YouTube may be the weird one, but it was the first one. I really need to fix that sound. Somebody just followed on Twitch, I'm assuming, and I just hear the roar of some demon sound because I was messing around with it and haven't changed it to what I wanted it. Anyways, before we get started, oh no, we're getting into the recap. That's what we're doing. Don't worry.
At this point.
Oh, shut up. The brain cell is working. It will be fine. Nothing here is wrong.
Mom said it's my turn on the brain cell today.
No, I need it right now.
Why don't I ever get a turn?
I don't know. Why don't you?
You gotta fight for it. You gotta take it.
Okay. So...
But the brain cell's in a childproof container. How am I supposed to get in the childproof container without the brain cell?
Dremel.
I don't know. Ivory gets it.
So who wants to do a recap?
I think it's only appropriate that Fiction does the recap.
Alright, fine. The last time we left the lake that punched Pyre in the face, we went up to a crushed bunker and we got inside thanks to the extreme strength of Cheerios and Crazy Joe. We didn't find too much inside, besides Ivory doing a little bit of what Ivory does and stealing a flash drive. But that night, we didn't all wake up at the right time, and Ivory was like, man, this... I smell some heresy. And so his paranoia is currently on a 13 out of 5, and he's just ready to kill somebody. So I think it's going to be really fun.
Let's see. So, that sounds about correct to me. Did we leave you guys off in the morning? I feel like we left you guys
so.
off. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think we
still in
rolled
the morning.
health.
Yeah, feel free to do that. Some lovely effects going off there. This is why I like the physical dice. Well, technically digital, but you know, they're digital physical dice.
The simulated dice.
Where as real as anything else.
So that's only like 1 point, right?
Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
making sure.
they're not completely real dice, because real dice aren't perfectly fair.
Okay.
Oh, God, dude.
I have so many windows open. Let me open
Close
some.
them, it's chilly out.
Well, actually, I live in Texas, so it is not chilly out. It is, in fact, very warm at the moment. Anywho,
Actually, I don't even...
if you guys want to go ahead and do the first round, so we need to do a survival and a round of perceptions. So whoever's going to do the survival will be leading the party, and then everybody needs to do perception.
Okay.
I suppose I'll do the survival. Hopefully.
Maybe.
Perhaps. It's not a great roll.
Nope. Damn it.
Oh well.
And perception.
Good let Ivory do it. Ivory has the higher survival.
Ugh,
By 1.
bad rolls. Suppose Pyre is still distracted about the situation at the vault.
Pyre, you're just having a hell of a time right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ivory and Rapid, you guys don't see anything on your journey, but you do notice that it appears that Nebula seems a little troubled. Seems a bit distracted and is kind of just looking off into space as she's walking and almost trips a couple times. If you're going to do anything, let me know, otherwise we will make camp.
Ivory will wait till we start setting up camp to say anything to Nebula. He's still very much on edge.
Okay.
My hooves are still healing. Come on.
Okay, blasted out fucking. Right, yeah. I don't know how I forgot that. Ivory just didn't care that much. He was just like, oh, a trap. Oh well, steps over.
Yeah, Ice was trying to find out if he could walk without hooves.
Yeah. Which I can. Wing.
But this guy's got wings. So do I.
Okay.
Walking around on the back legs, using the wings to keep the front end up.
Gotta find
What
the...
is this heretical walking style?
So,
They
you
follow
guys...
in the steps of something called Who Man.
You guys set up camp for the night. Are you doing... Well, first, somebody needs to roll me a survival roll so we can just decide how many choices you get.
Ivory will do it.
Okay.
Just made it.
Okay. So... I love the shadowy swirl.
Thanks.
When you,
Sorry, I picked it.
you get two choices. So, stealthy, comfortable, or defensible.
Still in enemy territory, but after... Well, no, Ivory's paranoid. Why would we want to give these people comfort? Nah, we're going stealthy and defensible.
Okay.
Fantastic.
What is with my rolls today?
So Ivory
Let's see.
Ivory doesn't know much better, but you're pretty sure that it's not entirely defensible. Or stealthy, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you're not an expert, and the expert's telling you that it is. You could roll...
After we put out the lights.
I think last time we did
Carpentry?
engineer.
Use carpentry for... Yeah.
Alright. Hey, that's pretty good.
Okay. So your camp is set up. If you are wondering, Nebula is sitting off to one side, kind of looks lost in thought.
I know I failed the perception check to notice that she was tripping around and stuff, but I was actually thinking of going to talk to her before you mentioned all that. So completely unrelated, I think Emerald is gonna go sit next to her.
When you sit down, she's currently tending to Doc and his drooling. You sit down next to Nebula. She almost seems like you startled her out of whatever thought she was having.
Hey there. How are you doing?
She kind of looks down to one side before saying, distracted. She kind of looks up at you and then asks, what about you?
I don't know. For some reason I thought this would be a bit more exciting. Running around, doing stuff. Like, we go days without anything really happening. And then when something does happen, I wish it didn't. I don't... It's weird.
She gives a wry smile and nods before saying, it wasn't that different when I originally traveled with Doc.
What was that like?
Well, for one, his previous companions had less of a head on their shoulders. Witnessing a zebra attempt to stand up to something known for killing spawn hunters was something that happened.
Yeah. Well, not all of us are sane here, but at least I'm pretty normal. I perk up and give a smile.
She gives you a tired smile and a raised eyebrow before saying, I suppose in the mental sense you are quite normal compared to the rest here.
Yeah.
With the exception of Rapid. You and him
Thanks.
seem to be both still sane for the moment.
No love for Pyre.
Jury's still out on you.
I think Pyre getting punched by the lake was a show of insanity.
Fire never got punched by the lake, right?
Yeah,
No,
I did.
you were the one. For some reason, I was thinking it was Ivory that got punched.
No.
No, he
woke
resisted
up
the
after.
urge.
Yeah.
One last thing. How are your memories doing? You said you couldn't really remember much, but a while back you mentioned you could remember better when I was nearby. Is that? Have you remembered anything that you want to share?
Okay, say that one more time. The brain cell escaped me for a moment.
You mentioned a while ago that you're having trouble remembering things, but you were having a better time when I was around. Are you doing better on that front? Maybe you got something you want to share or something.
She shakes her head and says that while it does make it easier to remember things, it's still blurry. I haven't had anything from my memories come to me recently.
Emerald gives a nod. Okay.
See, do you have any person type skills? Any people skills?
Not even remotely.
I'm sure you have more than rabbit. Don't sell yourself short.
Roll intelligence.
Yeah. Like,
Not even remotely. Okay. I will say
I give her what I think is a reassuring smile.
I just imagine this
grin
like
goes up on Emerald's face.
Psycho clown smile.
I'm just imagining just like the creepiest of grins.
I didn't
Just
fail
like,
by
I
that
immediately revoked your sanity card.
Yeah, the Pennywise smile.
Oh no, is he gonna start dancing?
Give me just a second to do something real quick.
1.
There we go. So, for the two that noticed her seeming distress earlier, she still seems incredibly distracted at the moment.
Ivory will approach.
Okay. She acknowledges you approaching, but doesn't really say anything.
He kinda hesitates to really say anything to her, still kinda on full suspicion. He has not left it behind at all. But eventually he ends up croaking out. What's wrong, Farseer?
She looks up and says, there's a moment that she seems to be like contemplating before she says, I've recently had, and she pauses, kind of looking like she's like searching for the word that she wants before saying, not a premonition, but a vision of the past. She pauses for a moment, kind of searching for words before she says, I believe I can share it with you, possibly, but I don't. And she kind of trails off as if like at a loss for what to say here.
Ivory will pick up in her silence and go, if I may be so blessed as to see a vision into the past, to see your foresight, then I shall take it.
She nods and then looks at the group before saying, I believe that I can share it as well with Pyre and with Rapid. She looks at Doc and says, I'm not sure it was meant for him. And I do not believe I get this kind of aching feeling that Emerald may not be able to witness what I have to share, though I will need his help in preparing.
An interesting conundrum. But it is as life goes.
I'm assuming Rapid's just close enough to hear it all going.
Yeah, he's gonna walk over closer now.
Yeah, as does Pyre.
So she gestures Emerald to stand next to her,
He does as she instructs.
and she starts drawing something on the ground. And it appears to be a spell circle. And every few minutes, she stops what she's doing to just place a hoof on Emerald. Before continuing to complete the circle. When it's done, go ahead.
Emerald is just sitting there, like, trying to read the circle, and occasionally asking questions about it. Trying to understand, like, what's this rune do? I don't know.
Pyre brings out a one of her sketchbooks and starts trying to draw it. I'll roll on that.
Actually,
Nope.
yeah, Ivory will take one of his wax tablets and try to copy it. Let's see.
Everyone jumped on board. I'm just trying to get an excuse to give myself knowledge arcana. Everyone else is like, this magic circle. What does it mean?
This will be important later, I'm sure.
This will be a special tool that can help us later. Let's see. Can Ivory use writing because he doesn't have drawing?
Writing -5. Is it
fine.
This isn't just normal drawing. This is actually technically closer to calligraphy, I believe. It's also
This is
very
advanced
specialized.
drawing. Okay. Does research give me a different? Oh, that's a lot of.
Crazy Joe.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
Pyre looks at the book, looks at the circle, and is just like sighs frustrated and puts it away.
Nameless
no,
with
Crazy Joe.
research give me a different mod.
Crazy Joe starts shrieking at the top of his lungs. And when you guys look over, he's got no less than 4 hand grenades that he's trying to pull the pin on all of them.
Oh god.
Dear God.
I will rush over and begin like going full like religious speak. It's like in order to fight the fire of the heretics, we must learn their abilities in order to counter them. Crazy Joe, please put them away.
Go
He's going
ahead.
to start like muttering prayers under his breath as he tries to like put
Go
the
ahead
grenades away.
and roll diplomacy.
I don't have diplomacy. I have acting, fast talk, propaganda,
Roll acting.
and teaching.
Or fast talk. Roll fast talk.
Fast talk? Alright. Please don't kill us all. Yes!
And this is This is for the other two.
I saw the double sixes. I shit myself. God.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The other two have drawn their weapons as well.
Oh shit.
You need two more
Oh
fast
my
talk rolls
God.
to be able to convince them to not
Okay.
try to shoot her.
Alright. Number 1. Fuck. Number 2.
Well, you convinced
okay,
Crazy
so I failed
Joe
one.
and your sniper, but the dumbest of the group has decided that he may not need the pistol, but he's going to pulverize her.
Oh no. Steeljaw, don't do
Alright.
it. You're my favorite.
Ivory's going to like scream out at him. She is a farseer. Attacking her is heresy.
Roll fast talk again.
If he's gonna get close, I'm gonna pistol whip him.
Yes.
If he gets close, Pyre's gonna shoot him.
So you
Ivory,
do
master of bullshit.
you do manage to calm the problems. All three of them. They're looking at you guys very warily, and this will take you're back to only having like one failure in the food department, or another act of magic.
Alright. While they continue to get set up, he is going to pull his followers aside and attempt to kind of like really bring out the propaganda machine and be like, guys, we need to know how to fight magic more than just guns. What if they got some bullshit on their side? What if they got some real fucking heresy?
Okay.
Basically, he's just trying to buy time for everything to get done over here.
I'm not gonna have you roll anything for that one, but
Okay.
Nebula finally finishes the spell circle and then turns to Emerald, kind of looking sad and apologetic, but tells you that it's not gonna work if you're standing too close.
Oh, okay. I take a step back.
She does. So the circle she's drawn has several circles within it along the edge, and she indicates for each of the ones that are able to view the vision to sit in specific spots.
Ivory will return.
Pyre will take her seat.
So is everybody getting in position?
Yeep.
Yeah.
So I have two warnings with this. First warning, there will be sections that you have to listen very carefully to make sure you understand. There are layered words, so just look for words you recognize, pick those out, and hold on to them for the meaning. The other thing that I am going to warn you is that apparently I get very loud during this. So just you've been warned.
Okay.
So she sits in the center of the circle, and her horn and eyes both start glowing with a golden hue as the world around you just seems to kind of melt away. As an oracle, you're aware this is a vision, but you've never had something this realistic or vivid happen to you. So this is an entirely new experience for all three of you. I am also going to make the assumption that you described this to, because Pyre and Rapid are less likely to withhold information. You will describe this in detail to Emerald. I had a massive brain fart there. But yeah, so we will make the assumption that everything that happens Emerald is aware of, just not to the nth degree that you guys will have.
Mhm.
So, let me open the thing that I need opened. There we are. So, when you guys first, like the vision first coalesces, the first thing you notice is that this place, you guys have seen the night sky mainly in glimpses through the cloud cover, or just like, because while it's not as heavily cloudy as actual Fallout Equestria, this setting has a tendency to be overcast rather than clear during the nights, especially during the lengthy ones. But this is like looking at a bluer version of the night sky on steroids. The shifting nebulas of this place are something to behold that you have never seen before. And as you're like looking at it, you realize that there's also no ground here, but up ahead is a very large creature standing seemingly on nothing. As your vision zooms closer, you actually start to get an inkling of what it might be. Everybody roll me an intelligence +2.
Not me, though.
Not you.
I'm just staring at all these people, like, zoned out.
Critical
Critical
success.
success.
At least one of us gets it.
So these rolls actually quite make sense.
Yeah, they do.
Rapid, you haven't actually... You've heard tales of a creature like this, but you've never seen it, so you didn't connect the dots. Ivory, this looks very similar to the thing that you led to the FPC. Pyre, you recognize this as the beast of the Everburning Pits, one of the best kept secrets of the Waste, that he is in fact the reason that the pits were burning. Because most of the spawn hunters know about it, but that they stay away from it because the temperature fluctuations are very unpredictable. One day it might be cool enough that it feels cold when you get close, and other days it's hot enough to melt any metals just by proximity. You are actually one of the few spawn hunters that was lucky enough to catch a glimpse of him. And while this creature before you, this alicorn, looks more complete, it is not so complete that you could not recognize the appearance. You do note, though, that it is substantially larger than the beast of the Everburning Pits, which is to say something that is a head taller than Celestia's size. This thing is like 3 times the size of Celestia. Give me just a sec to blow my nose, and then I'll continue. Oh, makes me dizzy every time. Anyways, this beast is looking through what appears to be some sort of portal, and all of you recognize it as a much darker and much more blasted version of your home. You see the Canterlot Mountain, though the barrier is long gone. You see the crumbling remains of the Cloudsdale ruins the last bits of it falling from the sky. And you see flashes of lightning as a creature clothed in yellow rags with the vague shape of a pony, but with thousands of ropey tentacles reaching out from under its rags like legs, is captured by the view of the portal as it moves through the landscape. Eventually, it gets to a place that, for Pyre, you're vaguely familiar with its existence, though primarily because of the fact that any hunters that have gone in that direction have never returned. The creature that is watching the portal, his expression is currently quite stony. He looks like someone who's surveying a great loss as he's continuing to shift the image until he settles on what appears to be some sort of throne room. It's badly damaged. You can tell some sort of battle happened here at one point or another. And you see an array of statues of various creatures. A unicorn, what appears to be a Pegasus, but with bat wings. For Pyre, you've only ever seen one Thestral, and it was already dead by the time you found it. For the other two, you've never actually seen a bat pony anywhere in the Waste, or even really heard much about them. They're a race that was almost wiped out at one point, so you're not quite aware of them. But as the image shifts around, glancing back and forth, it settles on one statue that is very familiar to y'all. It's a statue of Doc. And there is a slight glint of madness coming from a glowing orb that seems to be embedded inside the statue. The beast that you guys are also viewing with cracks a grin that gives you guys the impression that this is the first time he has smiled in a long time, as he reaches out with his magic and plucks the soul before looking at the portal once more and closing it and stepping. As he steps back, his horn and eyes flare with power and light as dozens of spell circles ignite around him. He appears to be setting up a spell that, based off of your limited knowledge of magic, Pyre, is by far beyond even the mega spells that you've borne witness to. Granted, that's only one or two at most, but unexploded mega spells are alarmingly common, given that just one of them is enough to level a continent in some cases. But as he does, he begins the chant to open dozens of portals and says, "My shards, I will need to borrow our power for this." And through the portals comes a shadowy black energy. As you guys look at the portals, you note that it seems to be lots of versions of the Equestrian Wastes, but not wastes. Many of them look much better and like a much happier place to live than the place that you now call home. This is the moment that everybody's like, "Ah, snap! There's better places to live." As he does this, his form kind of begins to melt into the shadows as you hear the sound of tearing flesh and snapping bones and a guttural growl of pain of something that isn't quite what you saw disappear into the shadows. As the shadows coalesce, finally, a towering humanoid creature stands up. He bears the same wings and the same mane of similar colored flame, but that's where the resemblance stops. That and the dark skin. Hold on just a sec. Of all the days that everybody decides to communally mow every lawn in the neighborhood, it had to be the day I was streaming. It's like they're conspiring. We will only mow on Saturdays. Anyways. The beast stands up, and the chains which previously had been glinting with gold are now rusted with what appears to be ancient blood, as it wraps around him in almost a robe form before loosening and falling around his waist to reveal that the area where his stomach should be below the chest cavity is an empty space with a black orb that seems to be the source of the flames on his head, back, and wings. He then begins to chant in a language that, despite having never heard it, having never even had any inkling that existed, you recognize it as the language of the firstborn. And this time, the spell circles fade out and then change before growing to many times the size before. You get the distinct impression that there is nothing in this world that you've come from or the place that you now stand that could utter these words and survive. But this creature is not only uttering them, but stringing them together into an incantation. There is a sound somewhat akin to tearing fabric, as a dark gash is torn open in front of him, as if reality itself is attempting to hold itself together against his words. And through that gash, as it opens wider, you guys see a darkness that is not just black. It is in a complete and utter lack of light, to the point that it almost is painful to view. And then, impossibly, something darker than that slithers out and coalesces into a vaguely humanoid shape. And when you see this thing, you can hear the sounds of something around the edge of your consciousness as it begins to speak. You don't so much understand the words that it's saying as you are forced. Its meanings are forced upon you, despite the fact that, again, this is a language you have never heard before, never knew existed. So, I am going to tell you again now to pay very close attention, and like I said, listen for the words. And if it sounds like there are multiple words, pick one that you can hear, and that will be the, for lack of a better way, just assume that is the correct word.
What an unexpected surprise. I was not expecting to hear the call of my errant spirit. Have you decided to find an empty source of existence and reveal it to me?
The creature, the summoner, looks up at the thing that he summoned, and you can tell from his expression it's a mixture of hatred and disgust as he speaks as well.
Now, I have requested your aid in dealing with your offspring that pretends to be you. He lays waste to a place that I would claim to be my own.
The entity that it has been summoned, the beast is glaring at now, lets out a cackle that sounds like the death of 1,000 worlds. An indescribable sound that can only be summed up as evil, and even that is just not enough to encompass what it entails before it speaks again.
You, of all my patience, should know that my health does not come easily. I care not about he who would pretend his crashes, and I would not stop him for you.
The beast who summoned this creature glares up at this entity with just unfettered hatred. If looks could kill, this creature seems as if he would have been able to, was it any lesser being? Before he too speaks in return.
I do not seek for you to stop him. I simply ask you to lend me your power, so that I may stop him in my own way.
The entity kind of floats in a way that it looks like he's reclining on some sort of chair or something like that, and it looks contemplative, as something like this can look for the time being, and says,
I will help you for a king. While it satisfies me to see my patient attempt to feed my offspring, I will not do so for free.
the beast gives a pained look as it reaches into its chest cavity. This is the summoner, not the summoned. He reaches into his chest cavity and pulls out a shining orb. You can see things flitting across the surface of it. And it looks like a flawless gemstone. Go ahead, roll me a quick perception. Okay. Ivory, roll me an intelligence +1.
Big brain Ivory.
So, while you're not familiar with magic, and all of this is just way above your head for the most part, looking at the orb and how images of what appeared to be other creatures from this summoner's perspective, you realize that however this has happened, this appears to be essentially a coalesced memory. The creature offers the memory up with
Would these suffice?
the summoned monstrosity looks down at it with what can only be described as a mix of surprise and derision, despite having a strange lack of features.
This is nest must truly be something to do for our standing beasts. I will allow you to use your power in exchange for them.
And it reaches out and touches the chest of the creature that summoned it. And while you don't necessarily see the exchange, you can tell that power was exchanged in extreme quantities. To the point where when this thing slips back through the tear in reality, the creature that summoned it is struggling visibly to be able to grapple with the amount of power that it is currently holding. It is finally able to do so, and again begins to a chant. And as you watch, the circles change once more, and this time the portal that you had seen of your world opens once more as the beast reaches out as if grasping reality itself. And you watch as its muscles bulge, and you can tell it is putting great effort into what it is doing before, with a Herculean yank, it begins to speak as if in defiance to something.
I am the Eater of Worlds. I am he who bears no name. I have decimated pantheons and laid waste to whole planes of existence. You will not have this place, for I have laid my claim on it.
And with one last super effort, it is able to twist reality, and as you watch, it's as if somebody has set time in reverse at a accelerated speed before it finally lands on the spot that you saw Doc's soul. At which point, the beast reaches out once more, and almost as if it's pulling another part of Doc's soul, draws the soul in as it collapses into a shadowy heap. The shadows coalesce once more, kind of fading outwards and towards portals that briefly flicker open and closed. You see the alicorn once again as you who are wastelanders are not averse to exhaustion, and have seen exhaustion of extreme forms. This is something beyond what you've witnessed before. This creature has expended so much energy that it's not even capable of standing up, as it brings the soul glowing to its chest, and as in a shaky voice, I think I'm going to need Plagueheart's help with this one, before collapsing unconscious. With that, you guys are brought back to the familiar wastes once more, with the distinct impression that, you just witnessed a deity literally moving heaven and earth to resurrect Doc. What do? I will note that the entity from the vision is not the only exhausted unconscious one. At this point, Nebula has also passed out.
Pyre kind of comes over and puts Nebula in a more comfortable position for her to rest. And kind of then looks over to Doc's drooling form. Well, ain't that interesting?
Hey guys, what'd I miss?
I would assume that this is the point that Pyre and Rapid would convey what they just saw.
Yeah, at the same time, Pyre is going to try and write and draw everything she saw. Want me to roll?
Yes. You just need to roll for the drawing primarily.
Okay.
You are actually able to capture it with somewhat of some accuracy. What were you saying? Not cold. Fiction.
Ivory will try and write down as much as he can on his wax tablets.
I'm gonna have you roll writing, just because of
I actually have that
how
as
much-
a skill.
how much I'm aware. That's why I'm having you roll it.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Your writing is actually more accurate than the images drawn by. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Like I said, everybody decided to mow today. Your writing is actually more accurate than Pyre's drawings, and was able to encompass more of the feelings that the drawings are not able to.
Get flexed on, heathen. No. Yeah, after writing everything down, Ivory will just mutter hellfire, and then he will get up and leave the circle.
Okay, so how are you guys gonna do watches?
Pyre's gonna probably
I'll
take.
first.
Go ahead.
Does anyone want to take first? I feel like one of you might not want to go to bed immediately.
I will go first.
Go ahead and roll.
Is it tight?
I am keeping a closer watch on Nebula and our slightly insane friends more than I am anything outside of the camp.
Okay.
Because right now that's where the threats are. Got to protect
we're just working.
the Kirin.
Okay. So, other than, Crazy Joe sleeping with a stick of dynamite, everything seems quiet throughout the night. The Tantibus shows up as usual. Everything just seems strangely normal after what you've just witnessed.
Okay. Who do I wake up next?
Pyre is planning on third watch.
Okay.
Ivory will
that'll
take
probably
the
be Emerald.
last. He's also sleeping out in like a foxhole away from camp.
Yeah. Okay. I wake up Emerald then.
Okay.
We gonna get a soliloquy from Ivory?
Maybe we will.
Go ahead and make your roll, Emerald.
Okay. Give me a sec, I was tapped out.
Ah,
But
we may have a short session just because the DM is dying. I swear it's getting worse. So, you given all the information you were given, you are also a bit distracted. Do you plan on playing Connect 4 with the Tantibus?
I guess so.
Your game of Connect 4 has definitely been the greatest distraction in this. Okay.
I at least didn't have to see it.
Give me just a sec to figure out where the hell my D6. There they are. My actual D6 were hidden behind the giant one that I have on my desk. Okay. So, who's next watch?
That'd be me.
Okay.
Just made it.
Let me blow my nose one more time and then we'll get.
Yep.
Okay. So, for Pyre, your watch is fairly uneventful until about halfway through it, when you notice that the minions aren't staying still anymore. They're, mainly you note that Coppertail and Steeljaw appear to be attempting to wake Crazy Joe, who is still loudly snoring.
Pyre kind of walks quietly over to them and then clears her throat, going somewhere.
The two of them jump, like you caught them in the act of something, before looking at you angrily, and one of them, Coppertail, saying, "Ain't none of your business."
You leaving my camp and makes it possibly dangerous, and makes it my business.
Do you have intimidation? Out of curiosity.
Let me check. I do not.
Roll will -2.
Will. I can find the damn thing. Okay, me being stupid. Oh, there it is. Duh. Made it.
So, your quiet but imposing nature seems to intimidate the two would-be ne'er-do-wells to grumble something before heading back to their sleeping positions.
Yeah, she kind of like gazing after him. You got a problem with the situation, you bring it up with Ivory in the morning. And then she goes back to her watch.
Otherwise, everything is about what you expect for a night.
Tantibus is there.
Yep.
Yeah, she's gonna go approach the Tantibus.
The Tantibus regards you.
She's kind of like looking up at it. And sort of like, you're interested in Doc, aren't you?
It takes a moment, nods, and then points at you and the rest of your companions. Not notably the cultists, all four of them, or Nebula, and then nods again.
So you're here for all of us.
It nods.
Oh. Well, you haven't seemed to be a threat, so I'm assuming you're here for a good reason.
Again, it nods.
She kind of offers her hoof out. Do you have anything to show? Or do you just want to shake to be friends?
It waves its hoof at you, and it passes through your hoof, which gives you kind of a cool, kind of tingling sensation, but that's about it.
Pyre just smiles and nods. Well, always good to make a nice friend in the wastes. Be looking forward to working with you, and I've said it before, if you have something to tell, I'll be here. Then she goes back to her watch.
Don't ever say I'm a simple man or anything like that. You're getting very close to Forrest Gump there.
Sorry.
Anywho, you waking up the next watch?
Yep.
Which I believe is Ivory.
Yep.
Are you going to inform him of the insubordination?
Me?
Yeah, I kind of like, as I wake him up, kind of nod towards the group over there. You need to talk to them. And then goes and to sleep.
Roll your perception. So, the night is quiet as usual. The Tantibus is where it normally is. You can tell that Coppertail and Steeljaw aren't actually asleep, but they don't seem to make any moves this time. If you want, you can roll a quick intelligence +2 and see if you can parse what they were planning.
Well, with a 15, that makes it very easy for Ivory to get.
Yeah, they were either going to leave or attempt assassinating Nebula.
Okay.
You know, that moment of the NPCs are not just NPCs.
Yeah, they're actual characters. Wow. Are they? How's the sleeping arrangement for my followers? Are they apart? Are they like communal?
The three of them sleep very close together, with the furthest apart being Crazy Joe, because nobody wants to sleep next to Crazy Joe, especially not with him hugging a stick of dynamite.
That's very understandable.
Part of it's understandable. I don't get it.
So, Ivory's going to make a small modification to his cloak. Basically, I'm calling it the Inquisitor look. And he is going to attempt to wake up. I know they're awake, but wake up Coppertail specifically first.
Coppertail looks at you, and you can tell that you've lost ground with him.
Yeah. Upon waking him up, Ivory is currently like guns on show right now. Like his shotgun is hanging around his neck. He's just going to say, "Follow me," and he's going to walk out past the camp fortifications. Basically taking him out into the night.
Coppertail follows you out. He does seem a bit wary at the moment.
Once far enough away that he's sure there's no like listeners, he says to Coppertail, "Our bonds have become strained. Our faith is at the edge. I understand that these lands are cursed by the heathens marring at our spirits. But you stood down at my orders, and so I must believe that you are still loyal to our true cause. I fear not to plant the ideas and sowed thoughts of treason upon the other members of our flock, but the farce here is no farce. They showed something terrible. And this is why I put up with their charades. So I need you to just stand by my judgment for a bit longer."
Roll. Hold on, let me look at the skills you have.
Acting, fast talk, propaganda.
We're gonna go with propaganda.
Proper speech skill. Okay.
So he does seem somewhat convinced in the fact that you singled him out. You can tell it makes him feel important.
Good. Let the faith flow through you. Okay. With that, he's going to put a hoof on Coppertail's shoulder. Tomorrow, I shall give a sermon. This sermon is to bring us more together. though the existence of those who follow the trail of magic are within our wake, have faith, young Coppertail. There's much ground yet to be tread. And with that, he'll dismiss him.
Okay. You guys stepped outside the camp, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you going back
He'll,
in the
like,
camp
walk
as well?
back.
Yeah. When you get back
Yeah.
in the camp, Steeljaw looks at you as he is standing with a large rock poised over Nebula's head.
Immediate, like, gun up. You best not dare.
The expression in his face is very obviously he is torn between finishing what he started and, you know, listening to the barrel of your gun. But he does stand down for his own safety.
Okay. With that, Ivory will stop pointing at him and walk up to him and be like, if you wish to hear the truth, follow me. We must not be in the prying ears and eyes of heathens. And he will begin to step away, but he's keeping a close eye on Steeljaw.
You can tell that Coppertail is, he's on your side now, more than he was.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still glaring at Nebula with distrust. By the way, Crazy Joe is just knocked the fuck out still.
Yeah.
As far as he's
I don't gotta
concerned,
worry about Crazy Joe, funnily enough.
as far as he was concerned, everything that needed to be done was already done.
Yeah. Crazy Joe, I don't know why, but he's the one that I don't question loyalty. With Steeljaw, I'm basically going to give the same kind of spiel as we're leaving, and Coppertail goes back to bed or whatever. I will shoot him kind of like a knowing, like, look and like nod.
So you're basically trying to do the same thing?
Yeah, same thing with Steeljaw, pretty much. Just try and easing tensions right now.
World propaganda -2.
Is that because I didn't do the speech all over again? Or is that because he's a bit further gone?
Disposition.
Also, maybe he heard you say it the first time.
No, we were too far away. That's a fail by 1.
So, from as far as you can tell, things you might have smoothed them out.
I hate that. I know exactly that way of speech as a DM because I do the exact damn thing. Yeah, okay. Ivory, while he is paranoid, it seemed to work well enough with Coppertail, and so he's going to extend the same kind of branch to Steeljaw. He is going to do the same, like, hoof on the shoulder part, but he's going to add, let's try not to make the heathens kill us in our sleep. That's our job.
He grunts
Before
and then
bringing him back to camp.
he grunts and heads back into camp with you.
Yeah. Alright. Ivory will begin setting up like a large like ritual space, while also like prepping for like a meal. This meal is going to specifically be for followers in the actual room. Not making food for the camp. All y'all gotta eat your own shit.
It's gonna specifically dubstep.
Yeah, somehow DJ Pone3's here. We're setting up like that church, like audio setup. Like I'm about to play some Hillsong United here. That's how you know we're getting good.
What did you say?
Here is my cooking. I said we're about to play some.
No,
Hillsong
like before
United.
that.
That's how
But
you know
I
we're
said-
getting good here.
I said dubstep because I didn't hear what you said.
Oh. Said he's setting up like a ritual space.
Okay.
Like for the sermon and everything, and he is specifically making food only for his flock.
Okay.
And anyone else who like attends the actual sermon, but that's basically just his flock. So he's just setting that up for like the morning sermon and all that stuff.
None for me.
If you attend the sermon, you get food.
Okay.
You're trying to extort them into showing up.
Yeah, Pyre
Listen.
kind of looks at the offer, promptly goes over to the supply cart, brings out a can of beans, and goes back over to the fire, stabs her knife in it, opens it, and very promptly ignores you.
Yeah, it's a lot less of a, hey, come listen to this sermon, and it's more of, oh, hey, food. Ivory steps in front of you. Are you listening to the sermon?
So who decides to listen to the sermon purely because of food?
I pretend I'm listening to the sermon, but I'm mostly eating.
Ah, yes. The, oh, you said buffet?
Yeah.
I'm here for the potluck, not the rest of this.
I mean, there's like two reasons for doing this. One, food. Second, I'm surrounded by crazy nut jobs.
Might as well know what they're saying.
I'd rather they think I'm on their side than the other side. Especially since I've got a horn on my head and they just tried to attack us yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, Emerald's just walking up like, y'all got the slaw?
Anywho, do you have something prepared?
I do, actually.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. I didn't get to use it last time. I have several, so I have to actually pick which one I think best goes.
In the post game, we're gonna have to find out where Ivory sits after seeing that. If you want to see the post game, check out the Patreon, where you get to join the post game, and at the $5 and up tier, get to sit in on the podcasts that I do.
Yeah, you'll get to what's it called? You'll get to hear Ivory's internal thoughts on the matter while he's giving his sermon. Okay, I'll do this one. So, as everyone like congregates around and food is finished and they're waiting for the actual sermon, he'll kind of go up to the actual like altar place where he gives it. My followers, upon this journey, upon this crusade has been hard on all of us. So I've prepared something to rile our spirits for what comes next. I come to you, my flock of faith, to bring upon this day of haste. For our great journey has just begun, and in our path shall stand none. The path we trot beneath this engine shall bring about a world of sanguine. It is this that we fall destined to fulfill the promise to our kin, the promise of a better world, the promise of a paradise unfurled. Come with me, my lovely flock. Let us spread our word, let us talk. We have come for this land of fire and war. We are at the edge. We must push through this dredge so we may bind in iron and may we light this eternal fire. That's the sermon.
Actually, go ahead and roll a propaganda +3.
Oh boy, +3. If it would like to actually let me apply that.
So
Holy shit.
your flock seems very swayed by this. Even if Crazy Joe doesn't seem like he understood a word of it. I will say while it did seem to raise your standing with the other two, Steeljaw is the one that primarily seems like it did not work as well as you would have hoped.
But it still worked, right?
Anywho,
The silence.
Would you guys like to go ahead and put a pin in it for today between, the screaming dog in the background and, every neighbor I have deciding today was the day to get their lawn mowed?
Yeah, that's fine. Should we go ahead and roll for health?
Yes, go ahead and roll for health.
Do we have a minus because we didn't do comfortable?
No, you just don't have a plus.
I didn't know we ever got a plus.
Yeah, comfortable gives you, I believe it was like a +2. And then Doc also gives you a plus. Okay. So for those of you that may or may not still be watching, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more of it, we will be doing Heart of Darkness tomorrow. You get to hear Cold's voice again, as well as Nez and Ice, along with several others.
Okay, at least not to hear my failure of a southern accent.
Oh, we're both doing
It's
southern?
okay, darling. We got it.
But
Both doing southern.
for those of you that did enjoy it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and follow on Twitch. All that good stuff. If you want to further support the channel, there's a link in the description for the Discord. That is free to join. Though there is ways to support there. There's the YouTube membership as well, which will also give you access to the Patreon reward tiers, which starting at the $5 tier, like I said earlier, you will be able to sit in on the stage for the podcasts that I do, as well as having access to the post-game discussion, which we talk to the players, or I talk to the players about what they thought about the game. At the end, I also give the viewers that are there, that are patrons, the ability to comment as well, ask questions, all that good stuff. And on top of all of that, the $10 tier gets their name mentioned at the end of all the videos. Big thank you to Ice Crystal, Scarmix, Cameo Shadowness, and Trailblazer for their support at the priest tier. Other than that, we will see you hopefully tomorrow for the Heart of Darkness campaign. Everybody have a great evening, and don't forget to drink water.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Night, everyone.
Or else.
upon us all. And the list of all unknowns is tall. But if there's anything we know, our stubbornness has shown, we'll climb up after any fall. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. The leftover ashes in the sky, and the nations, all they do is fight. Yeah, the crown broke all our trust, so I guess it's up to us to save whatever's left of life. We know who we are, but we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from. But we still don't know who named us. Yeah, we know where we are, but we don't know where we came from.